Okay, I had enough of the petty tribalism. I'm taking control of this operation. I'm using the humans to overthrow the Reptites. This is a coup, people! Welcome back to Chrono Trigger Plus. Previously, we got Dactyl. And we ended up coming here to the Tyranno Lair. It's time to take down Azala. And not those guys, they're just hanging out. Would you want somebody busting your head? This is a particular room, a peculiar room, with teleporters in it. There's also battles. For some reason, the battles here have screen transitions while the rest of the game doesn't. But there's an example of the volcano getting used against us instead. So we also got a Megasaur in his room. We're just gonna go ahead and use Volcano to maximum effect. Unless we kill it outright. And I tried messing around with the sound settings to try and get Bubble Hit to stop doing crackly things. But I really just think that's a stereo freaking out, because the SNES wasn't meant to play in stereo. It's only particularly on, like, high-pitched noises that are constant, like what we heard right there, and not much else. So I'm just gonna try and stay away from the water attacks. Which is easy, considering that this is the place where you use the lightning. Oh, and by the way, Megasaurs will counter you with a Flame Breath. Alright, that was a crackle that I didn't want. Again, it's just that one noise that seems to trigger it. The most, anyway. This guy unshocks too easily. Yeah, I tried messing around with the audio settings, nothing happened there. I tried different audio drivers. Display things, and nothing's making that crackle any better. You know what, I'm gonna try out this Lapis. Yep, it's just a heal. Back to this. Reptites have teleporter technology, apparently. And they still couldn't figure out a way to deal with Oonga Boongas. It does lead to some nice items, though. Like that potion there. Oh boy, what a great item. I know there is a way to get some good items around here. I think it involves this teleporter here. Oh, there's a life water. That's a little better. Also, this teleporter takes you to some Mesomail. Who can use a Mesomail? Frog actually has a good idea. Right now he'll take one of those. We'll want Ruby Vests for later. Everybody else is pretty good on armor. I know there's another thing around here too. I think it's down here. There is another battle too. I'm trying to avoid it. A Ceratopper! That is a new helmet. Dinosaur horns! I wonder if Isla could wear that. That would be intimidating. Yeah, we'll make her the tank for the time being, at least. Now a way to figure out to get past the battle. Because there's a battle right in front of this door. Okay, like that. Good. That whole square of tiling right in front of that door is another battle. Don't do it. Ah, I was trying to be sneaky! I should have stopped moving, they probably could see that. That seems to do a little bit of crackling too. I'm just hearing crackling all over the place in this area. I think the Reptites are messing with my audio. They know what makes me angry. Oh, you get a little bit of fire too, Scarecrow. Now I'm just remembering Kakashi. And I'm remembering that game didn't have any crackles. I also did some tech farming. Just a little bit, though. Chrono didn't get anything new. But she got her tail spin. And he's working on a Cure 2 after getting Water 2. Cure 2 will be really good. That is a full heal. It doesn't matter what his magic stat is. He just full heals somebody. While to go on that, though. So we're gonna have to deal with volcanoes and reptites. in scripted battles. And why aren't you getting electrocuted? I think that's the best question here. Also, Isla, if you could stop, like, criticaling all the volcanoes, that would be great. No, she's just gonna critical the volcanoes. No one could tell her what to do. Also, meme number. Did you guys see it? Don't overindulge, though. If it's legal in your state, just don't overindulge. Would you stop at the battles already? These battlements are terrible. I guess they took it literally. Battlements. Yeah, let's just put all the battles there. There's probably a way to skip past most of these. Speedrunners found a way past it somehow. Maybe they don't even go to this place. Nope, it's another choose your fate kind of deal. I'm feeling lucky today. I choose right. I did it! Left would probably drop me down a few floors and I would have to do all that over again. So that opens up the way forward. Oh, no, not again. Don't you guys take a lunch break? Seriously. I am so glad I put the MP economy item on Chrono for his lightning bolts. Because, man, we're using a lot of those. Let's try out Tailspin. Oh, that's exactly what it says on the tin. Wow, that was some damage. Way to go, Isla. She one-shot that guy. Oh, come on. Alright, who wants a Tailspin? We got a Tailspin for you. Just a raw Tailspin coming at ya. It's centralized around Isla, but it has a pretty far reach. It can hit most of these things. Yes, I think they're things. Not quite animals. Act like humans, but they don't look it. They don't got the nice contours going on. They're suffering from that error in the thing that makes people look human. I always have beef with that. They're like, hey, if it's sapient, it must look human. No. Who wrote that law? Crackles everywhere. It's upsetting me. Might as well top everybody off. There might be a boss battle through this door. No, just a regular battle. Gee, there sure is a lot of those. Please, I want to get out of the crackle zone. This entire game, I haven't heard crackles. We get to Tyranno Lair. It just snap, crackle, and pop Rice Krispies all over the place. It's frustrating. Let's get yourself critical and get out of here. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to frustrate me so I make errors. Hi, Nesbel. How you doing today? Wait a second, what? Thanks! You know, just working out. So he didn't die after all. That's great. Fantastic. Good on him. He probably opened a noodle shop. That was a good time to save. Yeah, that's what it is, alright. Very unnatural. Except for him, that's totally natural. His electrocute regime is... regimen, not regime. Regime is what Azala's doing. Man, you've been working out. Yeah, somehow he's alive again. Dinosaur literally too buff to die. So we're gonna have to try it twice. So it's Nizbel II, or Nizbel II, whichever you want to call it. He has another steal, and I'm gonna steal from him this time. But he has some new tricks. If you electrocute him, he's no longer stunned by it. but his defensive power will go down. There's a trick to it. If you keep on electrocuting him and not do any physical attacks, his defense will keep on lowering until he does his whole flex expulsion thing. Then it'll reset. But what you can do is just stack lightning damage on him just constantly. And also he considers charm an attack. But just stack up lightning, don't physical him unless it's Isla's using her counterattack. And you could really pile on the damage on this guy. I intend on using Volt Bite as much as possible. Unless Frog doesn't need the heal, then I'll use Spire, because that does a lot more damage. You saw we were doing almost 1,000 from 2 electrocutions. But eventually this guy will expel his electric energy, do about 180 damage to everybody. He uses his all-party tackle a lot more. There it is right there. That gets you a counter from Isla. So you can actually see that the whole thing is working. The whole plan that we got going on here, because that counter was a lot less. That would have been a great time to have a cure too, really. We have the heal. That's good enough. We have Slurp Kiss too. So that option is available to us as well. But I'd rather be using Volt Bites until Frog gets us up to speed. Just make sure that your HP is over 300 for the electrocution release. And just keep stacking the lightning damage. Just make it ridiculous. The only difference is he actually fights back this time. You can't really stun lock him with lightning. Just watch that damage go nuts. It's so great. Still, he is too small to control. I did get the steal from him, right? Yeah, I got the third eye, and then it triggered his defense up. I'm gonna give him a Spire this time. See how he likes that. Where is our Spire? Isla, you know, she could just use a heal. Use a regular heal. She'll be good for it. Let's see how much damage this does. Over 1,000! This kills the Nizbel for the second time. Hopefully for good. I don't know. That might be a zombie Nizbel. He was so buff, his body just started moving autonomously. So that was Nizbel. Once again, fun fight. It's always fun to electrocute Nizbel. I just like enjoying fighting Nizbel. I'm not quite sure why. Well, it's time to move on to the main events. Oh no, more battlements. We're gonna get into fights. Yes, we are. Thank you. This fills me with joy. This is the Magus Castle thing all over again. There's gonna be 100 dinosaurs we need to kill, right? And then Ozzy's gonna show up at a death trap for some reason. And that death trap is going to have like the same frequency that causes the crackles. And it just drives us insane. Just get the heck out of Dodge. Dodge seems like it's over here somewhere. Now we got 3 choices. I'm feeling lucky and going with center. Yeah! A save point! After I already had a save point! Well, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess. These switches will also activate, you know, pitfalls, and enemies will appear in this room, and sometimes you won't even get a save point. The trick is you just activate Skull, and go into here. And lower the main gate and probably get in some battles as soon as I leave this room. Calling it now. No, we're good. Spoke too soon. It's just one pterosaur. We could deal with it, one pterosaur. give him a bubble hit. I'm gonna develop Stockholm Syndrome to Crackles. I swear the Crackles... It has to be a stereo thing, because those Crackles move from the right ear to the left ear, randomly. It's gotta be a totally legit SNES thing. So once again, more Pterosaurs. They're just throwing out the stops. All the stops are being thrown at us. Tailspin does us no good here. Let's just yeet them into the atmosphere. What can you do, Frog? What can you do? Can you water? Just call him Leviathan. Summoning a tidal wave. You know what? If he's shocked and get hit by water, it should, like, double shock him. It should do, like, some extra damage. Because water and lightning. That's a dual tech they didn't do in this game. Hi, Azala! Now it's the real final boss, maybe. Did you have something to do with Alavos? I have spoilers. Do you want to hear them? I keep on hearing that Azala is... What the heck is that noise? How did that not crackle? So they really had a super weapon. Well, as I was saying before I got interrupted by weird roar, I keep on reading that Azala's a he. I always thought it was a she. Because, you know, the name Azala and the fact that Reptites, you can't really tell because they're reptiles and they don't have weapons of mass destruction on their chests. Okay, that has some crackle on it. I don't have a hitbox. Neither does Azala. You're actually asking the meteor to wipe you out? It ain't gonna work in your favor. That's what I think that is. I think that's the meteor that hits central Mexico and causes an ice age. And then there's some woolly mammoths, but they get wiped out. Speaking of getting wiped out, so here's a super weapon, Black Tyranno. The downside of this fight is that Black Tyranno can't really be hurt most of the time. And also, Azala has psychic powers. Azala is weak against pretty much everything magic. And you know what I forgot to equip? I forgot to equip red vests on people. I don't think anybody's wearing a red vest. Or, what is it? Ruby vest. And this guy does fire damage. I'll see how this plays out, because I think Chrono Trigger Plus changed some damage scaling with fire in this fight. We might see our first wipe against a boss. Like, intentional wipe, not Lavos wipe. The whole point is to attack Azala when you have an opportunity. With magic. Of any element, really. But both of these bosses are physical resistant. Also, Black Tyranno has over 10,000 health. And there used to be steals that you could steal a magic tab off of Azala. Or steal a power tab off of Black Tyranno, but they changed it in this version. You will steal a Turbo Ether off of Azala and a full tonic off of Black Tyranno, and you get no tabs. No tabs at all. They remove your tabbing privileges. Might as well give them more water. Of course, Azala is too smart to get shocked. But the good thing is that he only has about, like, 2,700 health, so even though we're doing kind of low damage, Azala doesn't really take a whole lot of beatings either. Which seems to work a heck of a lot better. I don't know, maybe you'd want to, like, take a time out while we do some actual magic damage instead of magical physical. Like could be the whole problem here. So we'll go ahead and switch to Water 2 and Lightning 2. This'll take care of them. I keep on feeling the necessary urge to say her, because the name is Zala. Oh yeah, he has that too. I didn't realize that telepathy actually made people fall asleep. I thought that was just mind reading. But that's what Kiss is for. This is what will make Flea obsolete. Ability to cure status effects. This should kill the Azala. No? Still going? Alright, maybe my calculations are off. Do need to get some more heals going. Black Tyranno likes the taste of frog meat, apparently. There goes Azala. Does an HP down on everybody, but that'll cure itself over time. And now we just need to deal with Black Tyranno. His defense is still incredibly high, but when he starts roaring, and you see that message, it's time to unload on him. Let's try a Falcon hit. And you know what? More Water 2. That's been effective. In fact, so was that Tailspin. We should try that as well. We'll see what's the most damaging dual tech we have in this party. Because I don't use Isla a whole lot, except for stealing from enemies, really. She's got great physical power, but this game seems to have a magical bent. Where is the... Oh, you know what? We don't have the dual tech for Tailspin yet. And she can't hit him from here anyway. Let's get some crackles in our future. So this guy is counting down to our oblivion. When he gets to 0, he's going to launch a fire attack on everybody. And if it does the damage I think it's going to do, it's going to be an instant party wipe. I'm hoping it's not, because I don't relish doing those battles again. It's a good thing I saved. I wasn't even paying attention to the bubble hit. For some reason, it's just not crackling anymore. It must be the area music combined with this. Alright, here we go. Are we going to get wiped, or is it going to do about 300 damage? That's survivable! So my other theory was that they changed his fire breath to non-elemental damage instead. And therefore you cannot use Ruby Vests in this fight to save yourself and only take about 100 damage. So it's a good thing I was right in that case, at least. Downside is that he is back to full strength. Which means our attacks aren't going to do a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. This is usually the phase where you would, like, throw potions at each other and ethers and heal up, because Volt Bite, as powerful as it is, only does about 300 damage. And Frog will usually be on heal duty. You know what? Spire could do some fantastic damage. I'm going to try that next time we get a chance to. Next time our Roar phase comes around. But if you stay diligent, you can still do some decent damage to him. It's just, this fight will take a long time. It's designed to take a long time. Alright, let's go ahead and try a Spire. Isla... Well, you can't tailspin him. Can you rock throw the Black Tyranno? Is this like a suplex the train moment? I need to see. Seems like Spire does more Yeah. She can't eat the dinosaur. It's just way too big. It doesn't work. So Isla, all alone, is just down to her counterattacks that she could use even while he's roaring. And our Spire attack, which seems to be doing the most damage to him. And to scratch him in the face. Scratch his eyes, this seems like a vulnerable spot. I like how this guy is just repeatedly taking swords directly to the brain. Lightning bolts directly to the brain. Everything is hitting his head. This guy's got a thick skull. Kind of impressed. This is a piece of work that Azala created. I think the downside is they didn't give him Nizbel's ability to, like, revive himself. The power of Swall. Okay, we get it. All in all, I'm just glad that the whole Crackle thing is over with in this section. I mean, the music is great and all that. It's just that it hurts me as a video maker just to hear that. Just hear that as I'm playing, because then I have to acknowledge it. Or someone else will. And then I'll feel bad for not acknowledging it first. It's all a competition. Who's gonna point out my errors first? Me or somebody else in the video? Who's gonna look dumber after all this? That's all it is. It's self-deprecation, but with tech support. Instead of rambling about that, how about we talk about what happens if Isla ended up fighting this guy alone? Not quite true. There's other things involved with it. There is an implication in this game that Isla ended up fighting this guy alone, failed, and a certain ending will happen. We're gonna see that ending, though. In Chrono Trigger Plus, there is an implication that there's a dimension where not only did Isla lose to the Black Tyranno, there wasn't that big red star in the sky. And then ended up having the Reptites win. They take over the planet. They become something called the Dragonians. They build this giant city called Dinopolis. But also something called the Time Crash happens. Pulls Dinopolis into another dimension where Chrono Cross takes place. And it has to fight the human version of itself, called Chronopolis. They don't fare too well because humans are some kind of warlike murder monkey. And they end up stealing their king, the Dragon God, splitting him into 6 pieces. And the rest of the Dragonians end up like assimilating with society and making something called the Demi-Humans. Finally, this guy is done for. I can stop with my lore moment. Wow, we killed his skull! That's kind of brutal. Man, I feel super bad about that, Azala. Well, I mean, she was lucky she had some time travelers here. Something tells me this doesn't naturally happen. Oh, right, yeah, now we got another problem. Meteor is coming. Sephiroth is here. He's going to bring the plot ghosts. Now, this is a game where plot ghosts would actually make sense, because you got the time travel, and you got the messing with the past and the future, and the whole Destiny story would actually make sense then. They're trying to turn Final Fantasy VII into Chrono Trigger. Now you know, Lavos? This really is just Final Fantasy VII. Something came from space to suck the planet dry. And started messing with things. So this is where it all started. This is how Lavos got here. Then we gotta go back further in time, even, and find spaceships or something. That sounded like a Black Tyranno. Alright, you're not BSing me with that one. You can't tell me that she knows English and some Oonga Boonga language she never mentioned before. Isla, Kino Gadecto, Kino man now! I thought he already landed, to be honest with you, with all the noise going on. But this is our chance. We could kill Lavos right now. He's gonna get water tube in the face. Zolly, do you want to come with? This scene isn't really your problem. You could have some, like, super reptile technology. Oh, she's being a defeatist now. He's being a defeatist. Sala doesn't deserve this, really. That's not the original line that Azala says in the game. It's a lot darker. He says, "We have no future." As I say that, they got supernovaed. Well, it's time to exterminate some space fleas. Actual recording from 65 million BC. Can you imagine being from the Middle Ages and witnessing this and you're like, what the heck is going on? I mean, Frog is taking this all in stride, considering where he came from. Well, we're going to have to kill ourselves a Lavos before he gets into the Earth. I do like how they're trying to show a sense of scale here. Once again, Earthbound did this better. You had those tiny little sprites in the Lost Underworld. Hey, Reptites, do you want to help me with Giant Space Flea? Repeating dialogue. They lost all their dialogue. Oh, yeah. We'll shake it off. Sadly, you guys will not. How about you, Dinosaur? No? No dice? All the Reptites are saying the same thing now. This village was in the DS version. They probably did that too. Knowing Square. Hey, you're the head researcher. Maybe you know something about Lavos. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Didn't account for a space flea, did you? Oh, also... the beginning. The beginning of the end. Oh dear, they're getting dumber already. We're gonna have to do this on our own. If we go back to the Oonga Boongas, they don't have anything new to say about this. They're just glad that the lair is gone. Ah, crap. You faffed around too long. Well, he is a space flea. Could Lavos be behind these time gates? He did make one in Magus' castle. Isla, you don't know that gate's gonna take us to a Lavos. Only buckets do that. Well, might as well try. Well, at least everything healed over nicely. No idea, Isla. Let's take a look. Ice Age! Well, of course, after a giant meteor impact, you might as well have an Ice Age. What the heck is going on here? Welcome to Wacky Town. Or as they call it, 12,000 BC. Many millions of years into the future. I don't think 12,000 BC was an Ice Age. Okay, did I just see future? Guys, come over here. Powwow. Did we just see future? Because I think we just saw future. Luca, brain hurt time. Chrono needs break. We'll bring Luca, Robo, and Frog, because he's really good at dealing with time problems. Check out what we found for you, Luca. I bet she's giddy right now. We found some kind of skyway. In 12,000 BC, this is like Aztec, Mayan, Inca, pre-Egypt stuff. And Atlantis, if you will. We're going to have an Atlantis story, aren't we? Things are going to fall into the sea. There's going to be an earthquake. Or we're just going to end up in Dalam. Ooh, nice sitar music. Also, I think they invented a way to cure crackles here, which is good. Next time on Chrono Trigger Plus. Where the heck is this?